Julie's is an international award-winning biscuit brand sold in 80 countries. Founded in Malacca, Malaysia and branded as Julie's since 1985, the brand undertook its milestone rebranding campaign in 2020. Julie now sports a shorter bob haircut, red and blue headband, with a forward and upward look of certainty, reinventing her appeal with the new generation consumers. Julie's is recognized for its signature selection of biscuits such as peanut butter sandwiches, lemon cream puff sandwiches, butter crackers, love letters, oat 25 and more. And for today's recipe, we will be using Julie's cheese sandwiches to make Kunafa Cups. So let's get cooking. So the first step, what we need to do is we need to prep our kunafa, or this is actually phyllo pastry that looks like vermicelli. So it's very important that you get the right ingredient for this recipe. So what I like to do is just cut them up small enough so that you can put it in your little food processor here. Now we can do this in batches. So you just want it to look a little bit like sand, but you still have the texture of the kunafa. So now onto our Julie's cheese sandwiches. We're just going to also use our food processor to blitz it down to make this beautiful biscuit crust. And your biscuit base is done. So what you're looking for is a crumbly kind of texture. So that's done. Get yourself a muffin tray like so. You can use muffin covers if you like, but if you don't have any muffin covers, you can always just make your own. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So get yourself some baking paper and just measure the length of the tray, and then we're just going to fold it into three. Make a line. Use your scissors to make 3 squares, and then just push your baking paper down. So first things first is we line our bottom of our cups with our biscuit base. Okay, so now onto the second layer, and here we have some mozzarella cheese. So you want to put in just a handful of mozzarella cheese right in the middle as a filling, and onto our kunafa that we made earlier. Now what we need to do is we need to add in a little bit of coloring. So I'm just going to add in just a few drops, and here I have some melted butter, so I'm just going to add that straight into our kunafa. Give that a good mix. Just make sure everything is covered, and you can see some of the strands of the red coloring. This is ready to be placed on top of our cups. Handful of our kunafa. Just pack it on. Now this goes into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 12 minutes. Just keep an eye on them. Once the top becomes golden brown, it's ready to be taken out, and then we can add our secret ingredient, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. While we're waiting for our Kunafa Cups to bake, we can move on to the syrup. Now this is such an important aspect of the dessert, so you want to make sure your syrup is nice and hot and your Kunafa Cups are hot, and then we're just going to pour that hot syrup on top. So we got to get this going quickly. So into a pan, add in some water as well as sugar, and you want to bring it up to a simmer and a slight boil. So once it starts bubbling like so, we're going to add in our rose water. And your syrup is done. So it's been about 10 minutes and our Kunafa cups are ready, so we can take that out. Oh, just look at that. It's nice and golden brown. And our syrup is still hot, so we're going to pour about a tablespoon right into our cups. And what that's going to do is all of that beautiful cheese and phyllo pastry is just going to soak up all that beautiful syrup. So once they cool down slightly, and you can just put them on a plate. I like to garnish them with a little bit of crushed pistachios and as well as some rose petals. And you can see the biscuit base, the cheese, as well as the kunafa, and it's still nice and warm. I'm going to give this a bite. Cheers! So delicious. Now, if you're going to try this recipe, don't forget to tag us. Until next time, stay safe, take care. Bye, guys.